Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mind Matters. My name is Lily.
And I'm Zoe. Today we want to talk to you about a skill that can truly transform your well-being, setting boundaries. Why it matters, how it protects your mental health, and even practical ways you can start.
Boundaries are often misunderstood, but are essential for maintaining balance, especially as teens facing so many demands. Let's break it all down.
What are boundaries? Boundaries are the limits you set around your time, emotions, and energy to protect your well-being. They help define what you're comfortable with and how you expect to be treated.
They can be physical, like needing personal space. They can also be emotional, like not wanting to discuss certain topics, or mental, like setting limits on social media time.
But why are boundaries important for mental health? Well, according to the CDC, over 40% of teens feel persistently sad or hopeless, highlighting the mental health crisis among youth. Setting boundaries is a key strategy to reduce stress and prevent burnout.
Research also indicates that teens who have clear boundaries experience 30% less anxiety and fewer symptoms of depression. Boundaries create space for self-care and emotional recovery.
However, many teens struggle to set boundaries because of fear. Fear of disappointing friends, fear of rejection, or fear of conflict. A survey by the American Psychological Association found that 60% of teens avoid boundaries to keep relationships smooth.
Social media adds pressure as well. Around 60% of teens feel the need to respond immediately to messages, which can make it harder to step back and recharge. However, consequences of not setting boundaries are also a very prevalent issue.
Ignoring boundaries can lead to emotional exhaustion and increased anxiety. Studies show teens without boundaries report 40% higher anxiety levels and more depressive symptoms.
In addition, a lack of boundaries also disrupts sleep, which is crucial for mental health. Without limits, it's easy to get caught up in late-night scrolling or stress.
It's important to remember boundaries aren't about being selfish or pushing people away. They're about respect and self-care. They let others know what you need to feel safe and supported.
And boundaries aren't fixed forever. They can change depending on your mood, relationships, and life situation, which makes them flexible tools to protect your mental space.
Moreover, there are many different types of boundaries. Physical boundaries relate to your personal space and body. For example, telling a friend you don't want to be hugged or need some alone time.
Emotional boundaries involve protecting your feelings and choosing what to share. This might mean saying that you don't want to talk about something personal or setting limits on how much you listen to other people's problems.
Mental boundaries are about managing your focus and thoughts. That could be limiting social media use or deciding not to engage in arguments that drain your energy.
Now you might be wondering, how do you identify your own boundaries? The first step is self-awareness. Pay attention to moments where you feel uncomfortable, overwhelmed, or resentful. These feelings are clues that a boundary needs to be set.
Ask yourself questions like, what situations drain me? Or when do I feel most stressed? Journaling these can help you see patterns and clarify your limits.
Clear communication can also teach you how to communicate boundaries effectively. Use I statements like, I feel overwhelmed when, or I need some quiet time right now. This reduces blame and helps others understand your needs.
It's also important to be consistent. If you say no once, stick to it so others learn to respect your boundaries. You don't need to over-explain or justify your reasons. Now, what are some common challenges and how can we overcome them? One big challenge is guilt. Many teens feel selfish or worry they're letting others down when they set boundaries. But remember, self-care isn't selfish, it's necessary.
Another challenge is pushback. Sometimes friends or family may get upset or try to pressure you. In those cases, calmly restate your boundary and explain it's about taking care of your mental health.
Remember, there are numerous benefits to setting boundaries. Setting boundaries leads to less anxiety, better sleep, and stronger self-esteem. Studies show teens with healthy boundaries have 36% lower anxiety and 28% fewer depression symptoms.
Boundaries also improve relationships because they create clearer expectations and mutual respect. When people know your limits, interactions become healthier and less stressful.
Boundaries can also look different with friends, family, teachers, and even online. With friends, it might be about social time limits. With family, it could be about personal privacy.
At school, you might set boundaries around group projects or asking for help. Online, it's okay to mute or block accounts that make you feel unsafe or overwhelmed.
Social media can be a major source of stress. Setting boundaries like limiting screen time, turning off notifications, or taking regular breaks can protect your mental health.
Research shows that teens who limit social media use to 1 hour a day report lower rates of depression and anxiety. It's about balance, not quitting completely, but managing your time mindfully. This week, take 2 to set one clear boundary, like turning off your phone 30 minutes before bed or telling a friend when you need a little alone time.
Notice how it feels and write down any changes in your mood or stress levels. Practicing small boundaries regularly makes it easier over time.
Remember, setting boundaries is a skill, not a one-time fix. It takes practice, patience, and kindness towards yourself.
You deserve to protect your mental health. So start small, be clear, and know that saying no is okay.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of Mind Matters. Take care of yourself and we'll catch you next time.
Bye for now.